Hello, I'm Chris Casey.
And I'm Kristen Lagata. Welcome to Arundel County Week in Review. In this week's episode, we'll show you tips on how to get that job you want, and we'll look inside the world of arson investigation. But first, making headlines this week. As expected, there was some high drama at the County Council this week as the councilmen voted 4-3 against bills that would decrease or eliminate the stormwater restoration fee, also known as the rain tax. In a meeting that spanned more than 4 hours, citizens weighed in on how to pay for construction projects to replace damaged storm pipes and waterways. There were also proposals to delay decision on the fee, reduce it by other methods, or change the timeline. All of those measures failed. Now, we would say the debate is over, but there are other bills on the way. County Executive Steve Shu has promised to cut the property tax this year to an amount equal to the fee and pay for projects out of existing revenue. We caught up with Councilman Derek Fink after the vote, and here's what he had to say.
We've got another bill in there now that will do a 3-year phase down, a reduction on the fee. The straight repeal is probably over, but now we're looking at reducing the fee and getting it to a number that may be more appropriate, if appropriate at all.
We also want to announce that the council did pass a bill sponsored by Chris Trumbauer that increases the maximum amount of money that the county can save in its rainy day fund.
A lot of rain.
A lot of rain.
Well, if you saw a lot of hoopla going on at Northeast High School, it wasn't because of my Chesapeake Cougars beating them again in its academic. All the love in the world. But no, this was good news for Northeast. The county has completed a 3-year, $101 million project to improve the school. Upgrades include a new cafeteria, new arts and languages wings, a new gym, new classrooms, and best of all, a 2-story media center they can use to educate the Week in Review host of the future.
Yeah.
Who knows? Or it might be training our replacements. But we caught up with Superintendent George Arlotto, and here's what he had to say about the project.
It's a real shot in the arm for the community. This Northeast community is very close-knit. And the fact that, and they've always used the high school as sort of a hub of the community, and we know that this new building will really enhance that community feel. And for the students to have a new building, while the building itself doesn't make the difference in education, it's really the people inside the building, the students, the staff, the parents, the community that lend itself to what really a quality high school is. Certainly the programs that we can build around students, the technology we can give them, this facility can enhance all of those programmatic things as well. So we're really very excited.
Looking good, Northeast. I think I might be feeling a little bit jealous. Nah, I could never lose my Seahawk glory days. Go South River.
Well, yeah.
Let's turn to the world of business and spirits now. This week, Skipjack Distilleries announced plans to open in Annapolis next fall. The owner is in the process of getting a federal permit to make rum and permits from the city of Annapolis to operate. The owner also says that a portion of his proceeds will go to repairing skipjacks. Now, Chris, I'm sure with your learned experience in all things science, you can explain to us how you make rum, and go.
It's sugar, it's distilled, it's cooked in a vat, I know that, and then the distill process. I'm not a moonshiner or a distiller, so I can only best guess. But if they want me to help sample when they open up, I'll be more than happy to do that.
Oh, but very well. We'll pass that on to them.
I'll leave the science to the scientists.
Right. Well, one interesting side note, Chris, apparently the trend is that distilleries are converting to rye whiskey production. So Skipjack is going in another direction. We will be sure to let you know how they are doing later on this summer.
And that's awesome because it's the first of its kind in the area. And I did a tour of the Loose Cannon Brewery, Heavy Seas Brewery.
Yes.
And I would love to see what a distillery looks like.
Yeah, we're getting a new one up in Baltimore too.
Well, maybe that's a segment one day.
Yeah, Kevin Plank's distillery. So.
But we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll talk to Olliver Sellman of the ACE program. He's got some tips we should all know to find a great job. Take a look at our community calendar for events going on around town, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Welcome back. This week on the program, we're talking about the ACE program, and joining us on the show today, we have Olliver Sellman, a graduate of the ACE program, and Tonja McCoy, a recruiter for ACE. Welcome.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah, Tonja, why don't you tell us a bit about the ACE program, what ACE stands for, and what the outlines of the program are?
Well, ACE is a program that is designed to help people get a leg in and a leg up. The ACE stands for Accelerating Connections to Employment.
All right.
Because what we do is we help people who, on the fast track to enter jobs with our recruiter, with the Anne Arundel Community College, and we do this in anywhere between 10 weeks to 16 weeks. So these programs, we conduct 5 programs. One is nursing assistant, one's dental assistant, CDL license and training, A+ program for computer technicians, and building construction trades. And so if you're interested in any of those, you go through our program. We received a grant from the Department of Labor, $11 million.
Wow.
And so that's why we can accelerate this program. Maryland was one of 4 states that received the funding. Anne Arundel County and Baltimore County, we are the 2 for this state, and we have the funds to help people connect to careers that will provide them a decent income so that they can have more of a quality life with the trades. And these programs is what the business community is looking for right now in Anne Arundel County. So we made that selection based on the needs of the business community. And within our program, the fast track that we're going on, we have Anne Arundel Workforce Development. We do the recruiting, we bring the people in, we train them in a short period of time. We have the community college and the people in the industry doing the teaching. Then we have a navigator within the classroom that provides services to the students. It's a fully funded program.
Wow.
All their books are paid for, transportation, their credentials, because they sit for board certifications, and we pay for that as well. If there's a need for a tutor, any type of assistance, if someone passes away in your family, you need a counselor, we provide everything for you to be successful so that you won't give up, and that we're there to support you with all the wraparound services. And then at the end of your program, we have a recruiter who's ready for job assistance for you. Like right now in our current class of CNAs, which are Certified Nurse Assistant, we have 22 students in the class, and we already have 15 jobs lined up for them before
That's
they even
amazing.
graduate.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
So we can talk in theory about connecting folks to jobs all day,
Yes.
but we don't need to, because we have an ACE success story right here.
Yes. Yes.
Oliver, you're a recent graduate, and you earned your commercial driver's license recently.
Correct.
Yeah.
Tell us about how the program helped you. Kind of walk us through it.
Well, for me, it helped me to get more self-esteem about myself, to know that with their instructions that they provided us with, gave us the determination to really put more forth energy into wanting to gain the success that was offered to us. And for me, that helped, because at one point I was just like wanted to give up.
Yeah.
So being approved to participate in this program, it gave me the determination to move forward and to achieve the goals that would help me to provide a better future for myself.
And they didn't just kick you out of the nest and say,
No.
go fly. You're participating in ongoing workshops, I understand.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, what kind of
But
workshops?
the workshops are to help me continue to provide better resumes, to help us to be able to know how to provide and output as far as interviews on these job appointments that their places on. And so it's been rewarding for me, just knowing that they'll never give up on us. The information that they provide us with is a guarantee to make sure you be successful continuously through your life structure.
That's powerful.
That's what it's for me.
Yeah. Now, Tonja, if there's people out there seeking assistance, what events do you have coming up that you can direct people to?
Well, currently we are recruiting for building construction trades. That is happening right now. We're in partnership with several unions within Anne Arundel County who are working with us, and we're looking for people who are interested in, seeking a career in the building construction trades. Because if you are in Arundel County, we have a lot of development going on within our county.
Yes.
And so we have that event coming up. We have a couple of job fairs coming up, and so you can take advantage of those job fairs as well. And we are also recruiting and looking for people to go into dental assistants and also certified nursing assistants. So those are the three events besides the career fairs that we have coming up at the moment.
And if people want to register for these events, how can they do so?
Yes, if you're interested, please call 410-777-2072, or you can email us at ace@aawdc.org. And again, the phone number is 410-777-2072.
Tonja, Oliver, thank you guys so much for coming on the show today. ACE sounds like a wonderful program.
Thank you.
Yes.
Make sure if you're interested or you're looking for assistance, you definitely go ahead and register and get more information for yourself. Thank you both so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Week in Review after this.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back. Last week, fire officials held a controlled burn demonstration to learn more about what caused a tragic fire that killed a family of 6 in Annapolis just after Christmas. Our own Victor Henderson caught up with Captain Robert Howarth from the fire department to learn more about the job of investigating the cause of fires. Victor.
Thanks, Kristen and Chris. We're here at the Fire Training Academy. Can you tell us what's going on?
They're doing some training burns today, trying to get some fire going for the recruits.
Okay, and you do arson investigation. Can you tell me about that?
Correct. The Fire Investigation Unit conducts all the arson investigations in Anne Arundel County. We conduct them as criminal investigations. We're all sworn police officers. We do it the same way that the police do something like a homicide or a burglary. We find out who did it, and hopefully we can make an arrest on it.
In January, we had a very dreadful fire in Annapolis. I heard last week you had the chance to go to the ATF lab and learn a little bit more about that. Can you tell me anything about that?
Sure. That fire in Annapolis, we determined what the cause of that fire was, which the contributing factor was a Christmas tree. But before we give a definitive opinion and put it into a formal report, we have to make sure we have some scientific data. So we go to places like the ATF Fire Research Lab and we burn those trees, measuring the heat that comes off of them and confirming that our hypothesis is correct and that what we found truly happened.
All right, and what did we learn at the ATF lab?
Well, one of the things we learned that live Christmas trees must be watered. Watering is key to the live Christmas trees. We were able to gather the data that we needed, supporting the hypothesis, and in about another 30 or 60 days, there should be a report coming out.
All right, I thank you. Thanks. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Victor. Gosh, Chris, did you see all that smoke? I can't even imagine doing a job like this, how those guys go into a situation like that.
Running into a smoke-filled room, putting your own life on the line, we were really thankful for the work the firefighters do because we don't have to do it.
Absolutely. The most respect out to those guys. Absolutely. Yeah. So, Chris, it's getting a little warmer out, a little more sun. We have a lot of those April showers, but one thing I'm smiling about, our Orioles are our first place right now.
They are?
Yeah, not a loss yet.
Not a loss yet. Yep. It's still early in the season, so who knows? The jury's still out.
I know. I mean, we're recording this right now on a Wednesday, and we're still first place, no losses. But I'm confident in our team for this year.
Me too. And opening day is something that I've wanted to go to for a long time, and I haven't been since I was like a 5-year-old kid.
Are you going?
I was building up to nothing. No, I'm having to miss it again this year. But that's okay. I'll be working. I'll watch it on TV.
The tickets are insane. Well, of course, that's what's to come expected when you have such a great team, you know. But even standing room tickets are about $80, even more.
And you think back to maybe 5-6 years ago, Camden Yards was struggling to fill seats.
Opening day, maybe a $20 ticket.
And now to see such the support around the Orioles and the hometown teams, it's awesome.
It's amazing, and it's so exciting to watch they're spreading that Orioles magic.
Yeah.
So I'm all hopped up on Birdland and Opusy today.
So what's Opusy?
Orioles Park at Camden Yards.
Oh, okay. I've never heard that description before.
Not a drug. Easy. Opusy.
Anyway, we hope the Orioles have a great year. We hope it warms up, and it's going to be a great season.
It's going to be wonderful. And get out there and enjoy some nice weather, y'all.
Yeah.
Don't forget to recycle and compost.
Don't forget to recycle and compost. Well, that wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archived episodes online anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or Google Plus by searching Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county, and we'll see you next time.
Go O's!
Go O's!